1st, 2020. And so, man, it's kind of flying by, isn't it, Ms. Cox?
It is. Yes, it is.
We want to thank Craig Hall, the Hebrew Ledger, for hosting us today. Got Ms. Cox with me. Pretty big day today. Some of the other ones may drift in as we get through, but this is our big reporting day for the State Department of Education. Got a lot of reports going on, so all the sites are they're really busy getting after it today, trying to get all their reporting done and stuff. And so, Coach Rowe, we'll get him here because we're going to talk a little bit about athletics. Got quite a few things to talk about, you know, as we get ready to go throughout this update today. And you know, we're going to talk about, you know, we're still in the middle of our fall activities, which is including football, of course, but we're going to talk a little bit about football. But we also have a few more activities that are coming online beginning late next week, actually, for the elementary, isn't it? That's right. So anyway, so we do have Mrs. Cox, we got Mr. Craig, and high school principal, and then we also have Eddie Nelson, assistant high school principal, here with us today. And so we're going to let Mrs. Cox go ahead and get started for us today.
All right. Well, Mr. Wilson, you know, we had our first Rise and Shine, and it was actually our very first virtual Rise and Shine. Since we can't get the big groups together, then we wanted to try that. Didn't know how it would even work to record it, to get it out there, so please be forgiving when you watch that, because we didn't realize, you know, I didn't realize every time I said something or a noise made in my office that it went to my office there. So, but anyway, you get to see the kids get their awards and announce the teacher of the month, which is Mrs. Huddleston. And then the Golden Key Award went to Mrs. Wilson. She does so much for us in our elementary building. So that was really good. It is on our Heavener Public Schools Facebook page, so you can watch that. And then the dental clinic was supposed to be here October the 22nd.
Right.
They called and had to reschedule, so they're scheduling us for November, and I will get those dates out to you, and when the November calendar comes out, they'll be on those also. All of the lower grade students should have brought home, I believe Miss Carla printed it on orange, and so there was a calendar for October that we sent home, and it had all of the activities, which is not a whole lot right yet. And the cafeteria menu was on the other side. So if your child didn't bring that home, if you would tell them to ask their teacher, we can get them a copy of that to send home to you. The flu clinic, this month. It's October the 23rd. Nurse Jamie and I were talking just before I came over here, trying to find out what would be the best time to send those permission forms home, so that the parents can get that signed and get it back to the school so that the students have it. You know, one year, Mr. Wilson, we were using a group that the parent had to be present
Right.
for them to get the flu shot. They do not have to. So
Just gotta have the
just have to have the form filled out.
Mhm.
So what we're going to do is the day we come back from fall break, which is October the 20th, we're going to send those forms home that day, and then the flu clinic is the following Friday. So be sure you get those brought back for that. And then Kona Ice is going to be here tomorrow, and that's always real exciting for the kids. So Kona Ice. And that's all I have right now, Mr. Wilson.
All right. Let's, Mr. Craig, what do you got for us?
I haven't got a whole lot other than tomorrow is homecoming on the football field. We are playing Panama, and we need everyone to come out and cheer on the players. And also, you know, you're welcome to come watch the festivities tomorrow, 2:30. But we need more participation. And it's going to be a battle tomorrow, so we need your help to encourage them on.
Right. Good word, Mr. Nelson. What do you got for us?
Going on with homecoming, I think the elementary is doing the homecoming virtual.
That's what I've been told.
That's what
We don't know how
understanding.
yet. We haven't been
We're
given
working
the word. But
We're working on that.
Okay, we've been told we're doing it virtual.
We've had activities every day this week, dress up days like we always do for homecoming. Today was favorite decade day, yesterday was tourist day. I wore my Hawaiian shirt yesterday. The day before that was something else the kids.
Old folks.
Old folks day, which I qualified for anyway. So.
Me too.
But kids are having a good time. They've done TikTok dances, they've done the cheer competitions and stuff, so it's been exciting week at high school.
Good deal, good deal. Well, Coach, slide over here where you can get in the scene, buddy, so we can, so you can talk a little bit, because we've got quite a bit of different type of activities going on. Can you see him okay there? All right. All right. So, well, hey, you know, the high school's kind of talked about it a little bit. You know, we're going to just kind of go right in with it here before we get to some of these other notes. So, looking at the activities for tomorrow, it is homecoming. We got homecoming against the Panama Razorbacks. Got a full schedule. The homecoming parade is going to start at 2:30. Okay, they're actually going to start their lineup, I believe, about 1:15, and then about 2:15, the students are going to be released to come to the football stadium. That's where we're going to do it at this year. It's going to be at the football stadium. Then the assembly is going to begin. We got cheerleaders. We got our band's going to be out there. Got a few fun activities. Then we're going to have a presentation of the court, those that will be participating in the homecoming that night. And then the homecoming parade will be at 2:30. And then it goes downtown, makes its way around, makes its loop around there. And so, there'll be the homecoming royalty court and all that. So, we're looking forward to that. We'll kind of go over and introduce a little bit of who is going to be participating in that in just a little bit. So, and then that night, 6:30, that's when we're going to start our homecoming festivities for the night, and then they'll actually crown a queen and a king, won't they?
Yes.
That night. So, and then we'll get ready to take on Panama. Panama's in-county rivalry. Good quality school that we like to, do battle with. They're right here in county. It's one of them things where we know a lot of their, players and teachers and administrators, and they know us. And so, we like to compete hard, but it's always a lot of fun. But it's also good to be able to play, and have that competition with somebody pretty close to home and right here in the county too. And we always have a good time. And so, with all that being said, we are still adhering to COVID-19 protocols, okay? And, we want to encourage everyone, to social distance the best you can. Follow the guidelines in the concession stand. We've got lines already formed, we've got signs for where the concession lines will form at. I believe what we have, is it 3 per line?
3 per line.
3 per line because of the social distancing. The restrooms have signage about how many, needs to be in there, at one time together, based on the facilities that, that are in those restrooms. So, we are going to, we want to encourage you to wear a mask. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. You know what I'm saying? It is an outside venue, but it's not required. But if you do want to wear a mask, feel free to wear a mask. And so, but it's going to be it's going to be a fun atmosphere. Believe it or not, the weather's changing. I believe it may even get a little chilly that night. You know what I'm saying? And but that's fun. That's okay. We're ready for it. We're ready for that weather to change. So, and speaking of that, Coach, then we'll come back to a little bit. We'll talk a little bit more about homecoming. So, what else do you have over on the
Well, we've emphasized homecoming pretty good, but next week we'll start elementary basketball. We'll go from outside all of a sudden to being inside. And it looks like right now, we haven't set it in stone, but it looks like our conference and a lot of our schools around us will probably be required to wear masks inside. Protect our students and our student athletes where we can continue to play. We haven't set it in stone yet, but probably that's what we're going to do, because other schools now are coming aboard, and they're going to require our fans when they walk in their building to have a mask. Some of them are even having seating capacity. Some of them 500, 600.
Yeah.
After that, they're going to shut the doors and nobody else can get in. And as we find out more, we'll be enlightening you and trying to keep you informed. But the main object around here is we want to keep COVID-19 away from our kids, our student athletes, so we can continue school and continue our sports activities. Also want to reemphasize, our gold membership is going real well, and
You've already had about, what, 18, 20
yeah, we've
members?
had quite a few. We've had more inquiries.
Yeah.
For $120. Remember originally we started this off as a fundraiser because of our attendance supports our student athletes, and back, after about a week or so, we started thinking that hey, for everything that our fans and community people do for us, we ought to add something more in that membership, and we've included immediate family. You have that pass, you get in free admission to all Huebner athletic activities during the year, with the exception of course, playoffs, which is regulated by the OSSAA. We have no control over that. So I encourage you, a football game tomorrow night, if you see me, hey, come by and let's get you signed up, and that way you'll never have to handle money no more at the ball game unless you want to go to concession, which we hope you do. And hopefully we can get 50, 60, 70 more in, and we'll go from there. I believe, Coach, Mr. Wilson, that's about it, all I can think of.
And so what he's telling you is bring your checkbook. Bring your checkbook tomorrow night to the football game and get you one of those gold memberships, so you can get one of those cool gold membership cards that's going to get you into all these different high school activities that we have. And so, that's the thing. But again, it is a fundraiser, and we're looking for 100 people. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for 100 people to make that contribution and stuff. So now, kind of going back and forth here a little bit, Coach talked a little bit about the conference. When you belong to a conference, in athletics, your conference schools get together and then they talk about things that, in whether those rules or regulations and, admission prices or some things, and then different policies and procedures that govern, how the conference schools are going to participate with like officials, how many officials are you going to have, things like that. Well, there's a new added dimension, and part of that added dimension this year is going to be, the COVID-19 protocol, and Coach Roll, he's already talked a little bit about that, but you need to understand that, that as a conference, those conference policies and procedures that will be voted upon, that will govern all the way down to our lower elementary, athletics, because that's the conference that we belong to. And right now, they are looking at a mask mandate. There could be a capacity, a 50% capacity is what they've looked at. Now, this is for basketball, okay? But the reason why we're talking about it now is, believe it or not, our lower elementary,
Yeah.
fourth and
I
fifth.
haven't seen a schedule,
Yeah.
but I was told it's tomorrow, next week.
Yep, lower elementary, 4th and 5th grade basketball, they're actually going to be, they'll begin next week, October. That's why we were like, man, October's here. So October's here, so that means that those little guys are going to get 12, 15 games, throughout the winter months, games that are going to be indoor. And so with that being said, we know that our everybody wants to come to the elementary ball game and watch the elementary ball game, okay? And we want people to be there. But we got to do it in a safe fashion. We've got to do it in a safe fashion. And part of that being safe is, when you're indoors, you're going to have to, our conference may establish that mask mandate. Our conference may establish a capacity mandate. We want everybody to know right now that when you walk into our gym, the west side bleachers behind the scoreboard, that is for visitors. The east side bleachers across from the scoreboard, that is home designation. The CDC / Oklahoma State health officials, they are encouraging schools to not congregate, okay? They want towns to stay separate in those venues, okay? Now, I know that's hard to do because we know a lot of people here and there when we go play. But they're just asking that, if you're from Huebner, stay with the Huebner side. If you're from, a visiting school, then stay with that visiting school side, okay? But we're going to have signs posted, but that's some of the things, though, that's going to be coming up. And, and just like inside, we've already talked a little bit about the football games got concession stands got a few protocols. Well, guess what? That lobby And that concession stand for the basketball games is gonna have limitations and protocols as well. You know, they may not be hot dogs this year at the, at the concession stand. It may be packaged candies, it may be packaged, type foods that we can find, because we want to limit contact, hand contact. Yes, we can have gloves and things like that, but still getting a hold of a hot dog weenie and then a bun and then, handling it and all that. We're trying to be safe. We're trying to be safe. Another unique suggestion has been that the first row of all the bleacher systems be left empty, because then that creates a greater barrier between our athletes that are on the floor and the public. You remember, we're trying to adhere to 6 foot, and that would give us that greater 6 foot range actually at our gym.
Yeah.
And so that would be pretty good. But the reason why is, trying to keep people safe. You know what I'm saying? When you go into the stands, does that mean, if we got a 500 seating capacity and 250 are on the heater side, does that mean they all sit at one spot? No, we want you to spread out. You know what I'm saying? We want you to spread out. And so that's kind of the whole nature of it. So there is some things that's coming at us, you know what I'm saying? And it's things that we have to deal with right now, and we have to think it through, because, we don't want, a spike or an outbreak, or, we know that we've got COVID-19. We did, Mrs. Cox just shared with you that on, was it October the 23rd or something?
22nd.
22nd is the flu clinic.
Oh,
so
yeah,
now-
it is the 23rd.
23rd is the flu clinic.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've got the COVID-19 that that we're going to be, working to avoid, and now we've also got to be working to avoid. So, but here's the thing: a lot of these safety protocols are great. You know what I'm saying? Cough it in the bend of your elbow. You know what I'm saying? Using hand sanitizer. Wash your hands. Don't rub your eyes. Those are things we've been doing for a long time because of the flu anyway. The only added thing's been the mask, and and we need to continue to adhere to that as well. And so we will, okay? But again, these things are upon us, and so we kind of got a pretty good handle about what to do on the outside venues because of what we've seen with cross country and softball and football. In the fall, we've got a pretty good handle on that. Something new's coming at us with the basketball. We're going to be transitioning to an inside venue now, and so and here's the thing, we may have questions. You may have questions. That's fine, but we need some flexibility and we need some understanding, and we certainly don't want anybody to get mad. If you forgot your mask, that's fine. We'll have some disposable ones there, but we don't want somebody to get all agitated and and upset because of it. Because here's the bottom line of it. Bottom line of it is, it's all about trying to keep kids safe. It's all about trying to keep your community safe. It's all about trying to just keep everybody safe. And so that's what we're kind of geared up towards. And so we'll be working those details out. Coach told you that there'll be more things forthcoming. Mrs. Lynch with the assembly tomorrow, kind of going back to the homecoming. She's got a really cool visitors, seating arrangement set out for the assembly tomorrow during the day for the students. So that'll be sent out. But if you're a visitor and you're coming to watch that assembly tomorrow, just know that you will be in the center section. If you're a visitor, if you're a parent or a visitor, you're going to be in the center section right underneath the scoreboard. The press box. Thank you. Yes, press box. Thank you. Yeah, be right underneath that press box. Okay. And then there'll be different grade levels, to the north, and different grade levels, to the south, and then of course all of our cheer and our cheer team, and then our participants in the homecoming, they'll be on the track. And so, but again, why are we going into such great detail with you guys? Because this great detail is also to aid us in being able to social distance and try to stay safe, okay, and still be able to have some kind of element of normalcy and be able to still have some fun. That's what this is about. We're here to have some fun. This is a big day. It's been a good week so far. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, what have I missed so far? Have I missed anything? No? All right.
So we got it all.
Here's another October 23rd. That is a Friday night, right?
Yes.
Yeah, October 23rd is going to be at the football game, that's going to be our pink out night, okay? That's our pink out night game, all right? And so the cheerleaders, they'll be selling shirts. They're going to be raising money for a member of our community who is fighting cancer. Those shirts are going to be $15. And then it says, add $1 for each added size above XL. You can get some youth sizes, they'll be available. And so you need to see one of the high school cheer, either one of the sponsors, that would be Miss Alexander or Miss West. And quite possibly, if you'll talk to one of the cheerleaders, they could probably help you out there too. But that's, October's just a really nice month to be able to, it's comfortable. And so, we'll have our pink out night. And man, we still got, 3 more home games? Isn't that right? We got 6 home games this year. So we got 4 left. Is that right? Got 4 games left.
And
Counting
all
tomorrow. Yeah. And so, so anyway, we're looking forward to that. I got a few more things, but if y'all thought of anything that y'all need to add.
Mr. Wilson, Coach Rowe handed me the schedule, basketball schedule, and just to let the parents know, that October the 8th, that game's at Tallahassee, and it's 5th and 6th grade boys and girls. The first home game for our lower elementary, which is 5th and 6th grade boys and girls, is October the 22nd, and that's it, versus Hal.
Okay,
So
October
the first
22nd.
home game is
Yeah.
October 22nd.
Yeah, so see, that gives us some time to get, to get some different, get used to what, how we're gonna operate it, and we'll post all these, we'll have a Facebook Live update, we'll put it on our website, and then we'll just kind of work it from that angle as well. But, we're gonna do the things that we feel necessary that's gonna, keep our kiddos and our community and faculty and staff safe as well. So, anyway, have I missed anything that y'all can think of? Anything big? Anything small? Can you think of anything? Well, let's jump into a little bit of the COVID-19. Let's just kind of finish up there. If you have a student test, because if they think that they've been exposed, or they feel those symptoms, and you take them to be tested, don't send them back until you get the results. You know what I'm saying? And if the results are positive, then the health department's going to tell you you're not coming back for, 10 days or 14 days? What is it? 14 days. 14 days. So you're not going to be coming back anyway. But they'll tell you that. They'll work with you. Your doctor will tell you those things. On the flip side, if you get a quarantine, you're out for 14 days there as well. And you could get a quarantine. But the whole thing is, we don't want to get lax. We don't want to get soft on this, okay? Mask on the bus, mask in the hallways, mask in the cafeteria lines, mask in transition areas, you know what I'm saying? Mask in your library. Those areas, we want those masks, okay? The governor, the honorable governor of the state, purchased masks for every student in the state of Oklahoma. We have those handed out, do we not? All right, got them distributed. There's masks that are, that you can find masks on, probably every store, Amazon, wherever. You don't need to just have one, and don't need to hear, I forgot my mask. Well, that does happen, and we understand that, but, wash it, exactly, wash that mask. But the thing about it is, though, we don't want to get lax and it happen 2 or 3 times a week, okay? We've got to keep it. We got to keep it going. We got to keep those masks going. We got to keep them here. Okay. Wear the mask. Bring your mask. That's where we're at. All right. So if you think you've got the you're going to get tested, don't come to school. Don't come to school till you get results. And if the results are negative, I guess you're welcome. Or you can come back if they're negative. If they're positive though, you're out till the health department tested. Right on.
Hey, but they do need to call the office, Mr. Wilson, so that we can fix our attendance to say that they're waiting on a test.
Yeah.
Right.
Did y'all hear that? You've got to call that office because that way they can, on the attendance code, they can label it COVID-19.
Yeah.
And it don't count against your
Yeah.
If they've
kids.
been exposed and tested after, they're still quarantined.
That's
even
right.
If they get a negative
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
test, they're
If you
still
get-
quarantined for that 14 days that they've
That's
been
right.
exposed.
That's right. If you've been exposed, and the health department will tell you that, and I'm telling you, we have a wonderful, wonderful point of contact, which is our nurse, Jamie Winters, that is working diligently on that with us. And it's been a big, big help with that. And so what we're looking at is that, you know, you gotta notify her, and the health department will notify her. She's a good go-between person. But, you know, but here's the thing, you know, we're not gonna let up on this, okay? You know, these are the safety protocols that, you know, that are put in place, and these are the safety protocols that we're going to adhere to, because, you know, we want, you know, we're still doing our temp checks. You know, you've got to be diligent at home to take those temp checks, even though we have these kiosks at the front doors. You know what I'm saying? If you can head it off at the house because you think, you know, there may be fever at the house, then do a temp check, okay? Head it off at the house, you know, those type of things, because this is what we're trying, you know, we don't want to get lax in this, you know what I'm saying? And throughout this, you know, and winter time's coming, and we're going to be congregating, you know, we're going to be indoors. And so we don't want it to spike. We don't want it to spike, you know, and you know, and then we're going to add another layer, you know, with the flu, you know what I'm saying? And so we want to keep it down as well. And I'm pretty sure that these masks and this hand sanitizer and washing your hands and coughing into the bend of your elbow and not rubbing your eyes, and you can get a flu shot, it's probably going to work wonders on the flu. It's probably going to help us with that as well. And so we just got to keep those things going. And, you know, so anyway, and then I think one more thing, we need to go ahead and probably announce, if you look at that calendar on October 21, right? Was that the 21st?
For what?
We were going to be out of school because it was going to be a virtual
That's right.
learning day,
Mhm.
okay?
Yes.
Now, the entire week, but specifically on that October 21st calendar, school calendar, if you go online and you look under school calendar, October 21 was going to be a virtual learning day. It's a Wednesday, if I remember, it's a Wednesday. That Wednesday was going to be a virtual learning day. Well, if you remember, we've already had our virtual learning days. You know, we went through that 2-week period. Well, guess what? October 21, right now, it's going to be on site. As is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All those days, that entire week will be on site.
Now, Mondays are fall break.
Excuse me, Mondays are
The
fall break.
19th.
Okay.
Yes, it's fall break day.
So it'd be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Exactly.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of that week is going to be on-site learning, all right? So specifically, we were talking about that Wednesday, the 21st, and so it was going to be a virtual day, but now it is going to be a in-person, on-site learning day.
Are all of our virtual days getting
No,
covered?
we haven't done that yet. We
Right.
haven't made that calendar change yet. Yeah, but good possibility though. You know what I'm saying? Because we already have.
I had a parent ask.
Yeah, good possibility. You know, we'll have to look at it and see. But that's a lot of it. Have you had any questions, Craig? No questions. And so, you know, it's good to be out. It's good to, you know, get out in your community and you know, and this weather's been very, you know, it's been nice. So we've been able to get around and you know, we had some good softball games this week too. They were, you know, great games. But we come up a little short, but you know, they were really good games. One of them went 11 innings, man. That was just an excellent ball game.
Second one, got beat bottom of the seventh.
Yeah, bottom of the seventh. And so they were good, you know, good competition, you know. But that's what this type of weather does, you know, it's cool. It makes it, you know, it kind of makes it special anyway. And so, anyway, but I can't really, I can't think of anything else.
I've got one thing.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I've got one thing, and I want all the parents, I'm encouraging you to get on your child's website and see their grades.
Power School.
Check them, Power School. See if what they have done and what they need to do. Please check on their grades. We've got a lot that have sloughed off, and I would love to see everyone come back. So get busy, please.
Get on those grades. That's what they're asking you. You know, yeah. If you got that Power School login, get on that Power School, log in, check your students' grades, whether they're virtual, blended, or traditional.
That's
You
true.
can check them at any time. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is that, you know, you've got to get out there and you've got to get on it and you've got to be able to stay on top of it because, you know, just back in the olden days, you know, if you make a bad grade, now you got to work, you know, it takes about 3 grades to bring the one up. You know what I'm saying? You know, it takes about 3 good grades to bring one failing grade up. And so, you know, you can kind of see what kind of uphill battle you're faced in. So anyway, but the thing about it is, you know, is to get on it, get involved, you know, and you know, contact these offices if you've got any questions, and just get after it, you know. All right, I hadn't heard anything else. Anything else? All right, guys. Well, hey, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.